Hello and welcome to this video showcasing one of my Lord of the Rings chess sets. This is the third video that I've done. The other two videos were covering the light and dark sets or sides of the previous set. Today I will be showing you the dark pieces from the second set that I have. These chess sets were part of all the merchandise that came out after the Lord of the Rings films were released. So I purchased these probably in about 2004, I think, something like that. 2004, 2005 maybe. Quite expensive actually. I think each set was about £250. I gradually collected it over a number of months. One of those ones where you get one each month, or two each month I think I got. I've always been a massive fan of the Lord of the Rings. I've read the book a number of times. I first read it in 1983 when I was 12, having read The Hobbit the previous year. And so I'm mostly a fan of the books, but I love the films as well. I thought the films were very good and accurately portrayed the spirit of the books really well. And it's the, as I say, it's the characters from the films that are in this chess set, or portrayed. How they're portrayed in the films is how they are in this chess set. So let's begin. First of all, I'm going to bring forward all four of the trolls. Hopefully they will stay in focus. This guy is simply known as a siege troll. Now he's wearing a helmet. Now I think he might have been one of these people that would charge headlong into the gates, that sort of thing, in the big battle at the end of the Return of the King, I reckon. Same with this guy. This guy is not, he's just called a battle troll. Look at the detail. Nice heavy pieces as well. Heavy, solid, sturdy pieces. Very nice. And it's nice having four trolls in this set. In the other set, I'm not sure if I have any trolls in the other set. But it's nice having a group in one set. And this guy is catapult troll. I mean, basically he's just a normal troll wearing a leather cap over his head. But they're calling him here a catapult troll. That name is not necessarily from the movies, of course. They're just trying to give each of these trolls a different name, basically. And this guy is your basic cave troll. Now, he wasn't in the final battle, was he? He was mostly depicted in Moria. He's the one that put the spear into Frodo and it hit his mithril shirt in the mines of Moria. Wonderful looking pieces. Let's put these fellas back. Now let's bring out the other 4 pawns, I think, all at the same time. Why not? And what we have here is a crossbow Urukai. Now he would obviously be a lot taller than this. He looks teeny tiny, but they've made him smaller so that he can be a pawn, basically. In these videos I'm not explaining the rules of chess because that's not what it's about, but the pawns would need to be smaller than the other pieces. So they've shrunk him down, even though he would be a lot taller. Now this guy, the annoying thing about this piece is that he seems to be in a bit of an urgent pose. If you look at it, he's about to fall over basically. He's leaning forward too much. A bit urgent to get into battle. And he's leaning to the side, so they've managed to design this piece with him leaning to the side and leaning too far forwards as well. But I can live with that. That's a beautiful piece though, still, even though it's got its problems. All the detail in it, and the cloak. This guy is Haradrim. This one, by the way, is an Easterling. We never have anything to do with where they came from in Middle-earth. From the east, somewhere in Middle-earth, beyond the map, basically. I don't know how they got themselves involved in the War for the Ring, or War of the Ring. Somehow they did. And this guy is a Haradrim archer. And these are from the south, beyond the southern border of where the map runs to in Middle-earth. Again, I'm not sure why they entered the war, but they did. And they used to ride on olifants, which are basically very big elephants. And this is, of course, Grima Wormtongue, the counsellor to King Theoden of the Rohirrim in Rohan. And he was a wicked, scrawny advisor to the king. He was really a servant to Saruman. He had been corrupted by Saruman, who had also been corrupted in turn by Sauron. And he was working on behalf of Saruman to keep Theoden under control stop Theoden going to war against Saruman. But it didn't work when Gandalf turned up. Okay, let's put these bad boys back. Of course, they're all bad boys in this set. And let's bring the castles out. Got more major pieces now. Here we go. This is, of course, a Balrog. It's a bit wobbly actually, this one, don't know why. The piece is, it's heavy though, heavy piece. Heavier than the other pieces. It's very heavy actually. Yeah, Balrog. There's only one Balrog in the Lord of the Rings, but there were thousands originally. In the big wars that took place like 6,000 years before the time of the Lord of the Rings, these Balrogs would form whole armies, along with dragons as well, and billions of orcs, all sorts of creatures. Anyone who likes the Lord of the Rings, and specifically big battles, should definitely check out the Silmarillion. In there you've got the Siege of Gondolin. That's described in some detail by Tolkien. All the Balrogs and the dragons attacking the elven city of Gondolin. I'd love to see that in a film, I have to say, or a TV series. Maybe it'll be in the upcoming Lord of the Rings TV series. But anyway, this Balrog, he's a scary fella in the Lord of the Rings. Gandalf takes him out though. And here is, of course, a fell beast. Not a particularly grand title, but anyway, they are the flying beasts that, of course, the Nazgul rode. The 9 riders, the former kings of men, who were corrupted by Sauron. So that's a lovely piece. This knight. I wonder how close I can get it to the camera. Beautiful piece. Okay, let's put these back. Did I say these were the knights? Sorry, I meant they're the castles, of course, not the knights. These are the knights. Very obviously knights as well, because they are actually creatures that, well, this is a horse, for starters. And this is one of the horses that the 9 riders rode, the Nazgul, before they upgraded to the fell beast. They were riding these horses. That's a nice solid piece, I like it. It's really nice. As is the warg. This is a warg, very big, scary wolf. And these are the creatures that the goblins and the orcs would ride into battle. As if an orc wasn't enough to deal with. You've got it riding one of these. It's wonderful detail. scary looking things. Okay, let's put those knights back. And now take out the bishops. The bishops are traditionally tall, quite tall pieces, and they've made them tall here as well. This is a is he a berserker? I think. Yes. A berserker urukai. Lots of these attacked. I think these were Sauron sort of bred these, created them, and used them in the attack on Helm's Deep. Probably the toughest of all the orcs that you come across. They're basically like very tall men, straight backed, not like orcs at all really. The urukai. And of course here is Lurtz. Now Lurtz is a made up character, didn't appear in the books, but I think Peter Jackson wanted to have a character that could be defeated at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring, because there wasn't a baddie to die at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring. So he hastily, well, he didn't necessarily hastily create the character, but within the film the character is hastily created, dispatched to catch the Nine Riders, has a confrontation with Boromir, kills Boromir, and then himself is killed by Aragorn. It's all very quick. He's not alive for very long. Lurtz. Okay, they're the bishops. So we've got, so far we've had the 8 pawns. We've had the 2 castles. We've had the 2 knights, the 2 bishops, very tall bishops. Now we have, I don't really like touching this one because I don't like spiders, the Queen and the King. Now this gorgeous Queen is Shelob, last surviving spawn of Ungoliant. Ungoliant was a pretty much a god that took on spider form and used to hang around with creating mischief with Melkor, otherwise known as Morgoth. Melkor and Shelob committed all sorts of atrocities across the sea in the land of the elves, and they came across to Middle-earth and continued their naughtiness. Melkor had a servant called Sauron. When Melkor was eventually defeated, his servant Sauron, who was not just a servant, he was a god himself, but a lesser god. Anya, I think they're called, the lesser gods, anyway. Eventually the elves and the good gods managed to defeat Melkor. Oh, and humans as well. And dwarves, they all teamed up, mostly humans and elves. They defeated Melkor, but Sauron escaped. And obviously we know what happened there with Sauron. But this is Shelob, the last child of Ungoliant, last surviving child of Ungoliant. And of course the king is none other than Saruman the White. Or more sort of off-white, a bit yellowy, this piece. Saruman, who is originally a good guy, one of the wizards, put on Middle-earth about 2,500 years before the time of the Lord of the Rings, I think. He was the leader of the wizards, but he got corrupted by Sauron. He was never a particularly nice wizard anyway. He didn't really care for the lesser beings on Middle-earth, like hobbits and things like that, and small creatures, and Gandalf and Radagast were more into them. But nevertheless, he was still a goodie until he got turned. Now, there are 2 other wizards that supposedly exist in Middle-earth, but you never see them, because there are 5 wizards in total, and they are the Blue Wizards, and they are simply known as the 2 Blue Wizards. And we don't know anything else. Nothing else is said about them. I wouldn't mind seeing a story about the adventures of the Blue Wizards, because they are somewhere in Middle-earth. Not noticing what's going on. Okay, so let's put these back. Okay, that is the dark set, or the dark side from this set of the Lord of the Rings. I will do the light set soon. Oh, there is one more piece to show you actually. When I was collecting these sets, I bought 2 sets. Well, I originally thought I was only buying 1 set, and then when one set finished, the next set began. Because you get one piece first. It's very clever how they do it. 1 piece first, and then after that you get 2 every month. So therefore, when you get to the end of one set, you've got the last piece of that set, and then the first piece of the next set. So that's how I got suckered into buying a second set, and it happened again at the end of the second set. I got the last piece of the second set, and this piece, which is the first piece of the third set, and I thought, that's it, I can't do it anymore, so I cancelled the direct debit and stopped collecting them. But I wish I hadn't now. It'd been nice to have had 3 sets, because this is a really nice piece, and it may well be indicative of what the third set might have looked like. This is, of course, the Witch King of Angmar. His face looks very similar to in the film, to the face in the film. It's a fantastic piece. Amazing detail. But it's the only piece that I have from this third set. Anyway, I shall move him. Where shall I move him? Put him there. Thank you for watching, and if you wish to subscribe, please do so, and I will see you on the next video, whether it is another chess video or one of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching.